Ebenezer Ute is another recruit that Bama is interested in. Could the competition be fierce with guys like Notre Dame in the running? Let's analyze it. If you think Bama will win this competition, subscribe to the channel. When it comes to college football recruiting, few programs carry the weight and tradition of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And now, once again, the team led by Coach Kalen DeBoer is in the spotlight as it is among the top 5 schools for Ebenezer Ute, a 4-star prospect who promises to be one of the most coveted pieces in the 2026 class. The news that the young player from South Garner High School in North Carolina included Alabama in his final list is a clear sign that, even in times of transition, the legacy built by Nick Saban continues to resonate in the minds of the best talents in the country. Ute is exactly the kind of athlete that makes coaches' eyes shine. He's not only big and strong, but he's also agile and versatile, capable of running the edge with an explosiveness that few can match. His ability to tackle in space demonstrates a level of awareness and technique that already puts him ahead of many players his age. Those traits are exactly what Alabama needs to further bolster its defense, especially as the program seeks to maintain its national prominence. Ute's comment about Alabama is telling. He mentioned the winning culture that permeates the program and noted that even after Saban's departure, the impact he left behind lives on. This reflects something much bigger than simply the presence of a legendary coach. It's proof that Alabama has built something lasting, something that goes beyond names or generations. Kalen DeBoer, who took over the team, inherited this well-oiled machine and has the responsibility of keeping it running at high speed. So far, he's shown he's up to the challenge, and Alabama's inclusion on Ute's final list is further evidence of that. The competition will be fierce. In addition to Alabama, the young player is also considering giants such as Florida, Georgia, North Carolina State, and Notre Dame. Each of these schools has its own attractions, but what Alabama offers is unique. It's not just about top-notch facilities or a history of success on the field, although those certainly matter. What really sets the Crimson Tide apart is the opportunity to be part of something bigger, to be part of a tradition that turns players into champions and champions into legends. The official visit scheduled for June will be a crucial moment in this process. For Ute, it will be the chance to experience up close everything that Alabama represents. He will be able to talk to the coaches, meet the current players, and get a feel for the environment that makes the program so special. For Alabama, it will be the opportunity to show why it continues to be the ideal destination for the best talent in the country. Kalen DeBoer and his staff will have the mission of convincing the young athlete that, in Tuscaloosa, he will find not only a football team, but a place where he can grow, develop, and achieve glory. It's impossible to ignore Ute's growth potential. With his stature and natural ability, he has everything to become one of the standouts on Alabama's defense in the coming years. Imagine him on the field, using his explosiveness to pressure opposing quarterbacks and his reading ability to make game-changing tackles. He would be a key piece in a system that has always valued defensive excellence, and his arrival could help further cement the program's legacy. Ebenezer Ute's future remains up in the air, but one thing is for sure, Alabama is once again in the running to land one of the nation's top talents. If the team can convince the young player that Tuscaloosa is the right place for him, fans can start dreaming of another era of college football dominance. And, as always, the Crimson Tide will be ready to embrace the challenge with the same passion and determination that made him a legend of the sport. Let's get going! When it comes to college football signings, few moves generate as much anticipation as the arrival of an experienced and talented player like Dre Washington to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Transferred from Louisiana this offseason, the Texas native is set to join Alabama's already potent offense, and the first impressions couldn't be more promising. Jam Miller, one of the team's standout running backs, was full of praise for his new teammate and made it clear that Washington has everything it takes to make a big impact on the team's offense. Miller's description of Washington is almost cinematic. He highlighted the rookie's impressive physique, big, fast, short, and stocky, characteristics that, combined, form the ideal profile of a modern running back. Washington has a body structure reminiscent of Josh Jacobs, one of the biggest names to come out of the program in recent years. Jacobs, who also wore an Alabama uniform before becoming an NFL star, had virtually identical dimensions during his final season in Tuscaloosa. The inevitable comparison is already on the lips of fans and analysts, and this only increases expectations around what Washington can offer the team. But it's not just his physical numbers that draw attention. During his 4 seasons in Louisiana, Washington accumulated impressive numbers: 229 carries for 1,343 yards and 9 touchdowns. These numbers demonstrate not only his ability to gain yards consistently, but also his ability to be effective in critical situations. His experience on the field will be a valuable asset for Alabama, especially in moments of pressure, when every play can decide the fate of a game. In addition, his physical and explosive style seems perfect for short-distance situations, where strength and determination can make all the difference. However, as is always the case at Alabama, Washington will have to earn his space. The running back position is one of the deepest on the roster, and the competition promises to be fierce. Players like Jam Miller and other young talents will be in contention for significant touches during the 2025 season. That means Washington will need to not only showcase his talent, but also prove he can adapt quickly to the high level of demands placed on the program. Head coach Kalen DeBoer and his coaching staff will be keeping a close eye on every detail, evaluating who is best equipped to contribute to the team's success. The next few months will be crucial for Washington. The spring break, and especially A-Day in mid-April, will serve as a showcase for him to demonstrate his worth. It will be interesting to see how he performs in practice and how he interacts with his new teammates. The integration into the group seems to be going well, at least judging by the words of Jam Miller, who has already expressed his full support for the rookie. That camaraderie will be essential for Washington to feel comfortable and play his best football. If Washington can establish himself as a key part of Alabama's offense, the benefits will be huge for the team. His versatility allows him to be used in a variety of ways, whether as an outside threat or as a bulldozer in short yardage situations. In addition, his presence on the roster gives the offensive coordinator more strategic options, something that is always welcome in a sport as dynamic as football. As fans eagerly await to see Washington in action in a Crimson Tide jersey, one thing is certain: Alabama continues to be a magnet for the best talent in the country. The arrival of a player like Dre Washington is further proof that, even amid changes and challenges, the program maintains its elite status. If he truly makes the big impact that Jam Miller predicts, the next chapters of this story promise to be exciting. And, as always, Alabama will be ready to write another glorious page in its rich history in college football. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave your comments.